Hi guys, Ruth Delgado here, Ruth Delgado's Glamour Page. I am here again. um, I decided to do a number of videos today because I've, had some time that I had to focus on other things for a while. And I have a lineup of videos that I have wrote down the details of what I want to talk about so that I can be a lot more flowy with you guys and not having too many hiccups with my discussions with you, and really hopefully be able to come across a lot better in my videos and communicating with you and getting you guys to understand what I'm talking about and really starting a really good and important communication level. So I'm probably 9 times out of 10 going to shorten this title here because I know they're not going to let me put this long behind title on here. But overall, what I'll be talking about in this specific video is, let me talk about manipulation and how it can cause unwanted relationships and friendships. Because when a relationship is built on need, it's not a solid foundation. Okay, so basically, overall, what I'm saying in this video is a lot of times when you're in certain circumstances and situations and positions in your life where you might not necessarily need the help, like need it, like you'll go and die without it, but you could use it because it's more beneficial to have, and it's a lot less stressful when you're having to deal with a lot by yourself. So because of those type of circumstances and situations, it lands a lot of people connecting with people in ways that they probably would have never connected if that person didn't need what they needed at that time, or if that person wasn't going through the frustration of life that they was going through at that time. Basically, when you build friendships and you build relationships based on that, it's not a solid foundation, because as soon as that problem is no longer a problem, then the foundation is missing. Or as soon as that problem never gets solved, also same sense, then the foundation is missing. Because then now whatever the foundation was, you don't even believe it anymore, because you've, I guess, stuck around long enough to recognize that you're not going to ever get it. Because when you've been with a person long enough, or been around a person long enough, you pretty much get an idea of whether they ever going to change or not. And overall, people don't change. Sad, I hate to say it, but overall people don't. That's why it's actually usually surprising when they do, especially when they change to become better. Because sadly, this world has a way of changing you for the worse, making you the worst version of yourself. And it's so easy. The toxicity in the environment, in the universe, in the society, it's at an all-time high. Even people that think that they're not toxic are toxic. And they don't even want to recognize how, because they're so busy claiming not to be toxic. So ain't nobody ever gonna fix something that they ain't even recognizing they need to fix in the first place. But I don't want to get off the subject. So, you ever see how you can find yourself in a needy or vulnerable position, and then a nice man comes along and saves the day? Now you think you got a real friend in him. People not helping each other no more. And he or she is God sent to you at that time because they looked out, right? They had your back when no one else did, right? But fast forward, you get into a relationship, life happens, struggles and troubles hits, and now you with someone you can't be happy with now because you feel like this is not even the same person that you originally got with. He's never able to treat you the same as he did when he spoiled you before, and would never admit to being broke now, speaking the words like it's a norm. They okay, and they don't think you feel good as a woman having a man be okay with being broke or not at his best. So basically what I'm saying here is I'm pretty sure, just like I have plenty of times myself, been in situations where I was vulnerable or I was needy. And let me give you guys a little mini backstory just in case you guys aren't already a part of the True Tribe. You guys already don't know. I don't have a father figure. Never had a father figure at all whatsoever, not even a stand-in. So, and I was raised by a single mother who raised me in the hood where she didn't have much. So she did the best that she could with what she had. So that's what left me in a position where I've had and sometimes get in positions where I may feel needy and or vulnerable because I need help in this or I need assistance with that or whatever the situation may be at that time. So to use that as an example, that's what I meant when I said, man comes along, you're going through stuff, you're going through life circumstances, life situations, you don't have no help, this world has turned so cold that people don't want to help you anymore. And I'm starting to recognize and understand why a lot of times people don't want to help anymore, because so many people are mean to the point that even when you help them, they don't even appreciate it. They don't even say thank you. They don't even acknowledge that you helped them. And it's like, I try to give it the benefit of the doubt that people are not like that, but they are. They are. I'm not giving people the benefit of the doubt no more because they don't deserve it. They don't. But like I said, fast forward, you thinking that this guy's a good guy, he's great for you, he looked out for you when you least expected it, and you thought you ain't had nobody. And fast forward, you say, okay, to say thank you to him, I'm gonna make this my man. Like, he gonna be there for me, whenever now. And then you knee deep in a relationship with this man, and you can't even ask him for no help no more. He's barely doing anything for you anymore now. Y'all in the relationship, and you feel like, I feel like I'm with a totally different person because I can't even ask you for nothing now. Because anytime I try to ask you for something, you tell me you ain't got no money. You telling me you broke. You telling me you messed up, jacked up, screwed up. When I first met you, even if you was broke at the time, you would never say that to me. What you would say is, oh, you know what? Let me move some stuff around. Let me see what I can do. And I'll get back to you on that. Because this is the consistency of how a lot of guys are. And they don't change from person to person. Like, they all the same. And you would think that some guys would at least decide, all right, I want to be different. I don't want to be like these other knuckleheads. But no, all these niggas is the same. They all the same. And I guess that's why they feel like all women are the same. Because all these men are the same, bruh. It's sad. It's so sad. It's kind of pathetic, honestly. But I've been trying so hard not to completely lose hope. Because I'm like, no, I already know when I'm the type of person, when I lose hope, ain't no hope left. The hope is burnt out when I lose hope. Like, ain't nobody even left that want to give it any type of, what you call it, CPR or anything. Like, nobody even want to try to save hope. Once I give it up, it's done. But I decided to bring this video to you guys' attention because I recognize that it's not talked about enough. It's not talked about enough how, especially women like me, who are born and raised in a lot of struggle, and unfortunately, because of life, have already been used to struggle, and don't even have the basic building blocks of the family, like the mom and the dad, so that they could at least have some type of future where somebody thought something about savings, building any kind of wealth, or getting a home to be able to pass down to me, something like nobody. Anyway, when nobody does that, that's what lands the person in situations to go through situations like what I'm talking about in this video, where you end up in relationships or you end up in friendships where you be questioning yourself, why am I even friends with this person? And then you think back and you be like, well, they did look out for me that time, but then it seemed like after that they just been treating me like crap. You ain't tripping. They doing that on purpose. They treated you good the first time only to get in good with you because they figured that it would work, and it did. So now you gotta cut that loose because you letting them in on your life and they don't even deserve it, because the only thing that they gonna do is milk your shit. Excuse my mouth, but that's the only thing they gonna do. Take whatever they can and throw you away like you're an empty milk carton. And you're going to end up feeling empty, used, disrespected, disregarded, like a lot of times women feel. I know I'm one of them. So guys, girls, whoever's watching these videos, wherever you stand in the situation, do the best that you can for yourself, like I'm doing, to find foundation or get foundation secured for yourself as best as possible. I know it's easier said than done. I know. I'm living it myself. I know. But I also know that when you're working towards really making yourself a better human being and a better person, and you start to really seeing that come into play and that come into fruition, it makes you very proud of yourself. And that's why I have to continuously make sure I remind myself of what I have to be proud of myself in, because I've done a lot of growth. I've done a lot of progressiveness. Like, I've progressed a lot. I've done a lot of maturing. I've done a lot of work on myself. I've done a lot of work on my businesses, my careers, where I want my life's focus to end up eventually turning into. Like, I've done a lot of that. I've done a lot of self-analyzation and recreating me and making sure that I'm showing up to the world as the best version of myself. Not what other people want to believe is the best version of myself. No, what I know is the best version of me. And I'm proud of myself for that, because I was able to do a lot of things that I wasn't able to do in the past. I wasn't able to really enjoy expressing myself. I wasn't really able to enjoy being creative and sharing it with people and being confident in it. And no matter what anybody's comments or responses to seeing my work was, I know, and I still do know, that even if my work wasn't perfect A1, I'm still working on me. So it don't have to be perfect as long as I'm still working on it. And I recognize that, I understand it, and I realize that deserves to be consistently put ever so before me, to remind myself that you deserve this come up that you're about to get, that you're going to get for yourself, that you're setting yourself up to be able to receive, and that you have prayed for, and that you have prayed to God to be able to help you to maintain, take good care of, and keep. It's going to end up benefiting you in the long run, and you're going to continually, like you already are, be even more happy that you did not give up on yourself, even though this world really try to make you give up on you. This world really try to make you give up on your dreams. This world really try to make you give up on yourself. This world really try to make you evil and messed up and jacked up and screwed up. Because when you're good, you get met with all kinds of evil and messed up energy, even though you did something good. That's how you know this world evil. Because it should never be a time that you do something good for somebody and you ever get any negativity back. That lets you know it's this society, it's this evil behind world. It got people's minds. So y'all, be careful out here, man. Understand that just because somebody looked out for you and made you think that they had your back, be wary of that. Make sure your back cover got a cover. Because just like that story, I know a lot of these people that watch my channel, Truth Tribe, whoever might come across my channel, are probably pretty much familiar with Salinas, the Hispanic, or I think she was Hispanic or Spanish singer who was killed at a very young age by her own fan president, who was responsible for like really putting her out there and getting her fan mail and like really working with her. She was killed by her. And this is just a prime example, without me putting too much of my business out there right now, a prime example of what I mean when I say that need and necessity can put you in positions where you have friendships or you have relationships that probably should have never happened. In that story with Salinas, it was a friendship. Salinas thought that lady was her friend. She never would have thought that lady would have ever tried to kill her. Never. She trusted her. She looked at her a certain type of way. And that lady didn't just not do nothing. She did do things to make Salinas think that she had her back. Like I said, she was promoting her. She was accepting her fan mail for her, reading it to her, giving her, what she wanted to give her, because I'm pretty sure she didn't give her all of her fan mail. She probably stole stuff, because I think that was part of the story, that she was afraid. One of the reasons why she killed her, because she was afraid that she was going to find out that she had stolen money and everything from her fan mail. That's just a prime example to tell you guys with the friendship situation of how Salinas wasn't really needy, but she needed something. She needed somebody to be the person that was over her fan base and control that and run it. And so she had to trust somebody to do it. So it just so happened to be that lady that she trusted to do it. And that lady killed her. And she happened to be pregnant. So that lady didn't just kill her, she killed her and her baby. So I said all that to say, be careful out here. I know it's hard because society tries to make the struggle even worse for you. Like, they already know it's hard, and then they trying to make it worse. So it's just like, I get it. I know. I'm in this bullshit too. Excuse my mouth, but I'm in this crap too. So my advice to you guys is do everything that you can. Utilize all of the skills that God gave you. I know I'm not the only one out here with skills that God gave. All the skills, the good skills that God gave you, utilize them and put yourself in a better space to be able to do for yourself and to be more solidified on your own. Because I'm one of those people that people love to misread and think, oh, you can't ever be without being in a relationship. That's not the case. Number one, I'm a very attractive person. Not only am I very attractive, I'm very smart and I'm talented. So I draw a lot of suitors. That's number one. So anytime I'm single because I want to be. And I'm not trying to boast or anything like that. I'm actually grateful to God that I don't have the problem of not being able to have nobody that thinks I'm hot. You know, I appreciate that. Where was I going with that? I don't even realize where I was going with that. But anyway, you know, guys, do the best that you can to make sure that, you know, you put yourself in a position where people can't even convince you that they can even do better for you than you can do for yourself. Put yourself in a better position. That's what I'm working on doing. And y'all, I know it's hard because I'm literally going through it by myself also. So it's very difficult. But you owe it to yourself as a person to do it for you, especially if you're a woman. You owe it to yourself to do that for yourself, because these people are going to stay constantly trying to take advantage of you. These people are going to stay constantly trying to use you. These people are going to stay constantly being mean and evil towards you if you allow it. And you're going to stay allowing it if you keep finding yourself in vulnerable positions. The best way to not find yourself constantly in vulnerable positions is to do the best that you can to save yourself from those vulnerable positions and prepare yourself, you know, for bad times, so that other people can't sweep through like they're Superman and save you and then leave you hanging in a space you don't want to be in. And then you're frustrated because now you got to get out of this space that makes you feel like you're in a prison. But it's not really a prison, but it's kind of like a prison of your own mind, because you trusted this person and you never should have trusted them. But you feel like, well, damn, like how can I live life and not trust nobody? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I ever like be able to move forward and never get any help and never trust anybody to be able to help me? Like, you know, it's very complicated. It is, and it's nerve-wracking. And my heart goes out to all of us out here. And I say us because I'm a part of this group of people that's like real vulnerable out here, because people are mean, people are devious, people are messed up. And it's like, if you are a sweet person, I feel bad for you, because you're going to be the main person that's going to go through the most bull. And that's why I'm understanding more and more why it's just a lot of people just shutting down, not doing nothing for nobody no more. And I'm about to be on that same type tip, because I'm tired of looking out for people, doing good for people, giving people opportunities, giving people chances that they do not fucking deserve, excuse my mouth. And then they turn around and disrespect me, disregard me, use and abuse me, and then have a nerve to get upset with me if I'm responsive and if I show that I'm upset that they did that when they know they wrong. Yo, I'm gonna keep praying for us. Y'all pray for me because it's a war zone out here, spiritually and mentally. Financially too, but definitely spiritually and mentally more than anything. And I just pray, God, please have our backs. Please help us out. Y'all, I'ma pray right now. Ancestors, I pray right now over me and over every soul that is watching this channel, that's watching this video, that we no longer are put in certain circumstances and situations where we feel vulnerable, and or where we feel like anybody can try to take advantage of us and put us in a very hurtful position where we trusted them and they abused and used our trust against us. Ancestors, please help us to be able to heal from whatever circumstances that we've already had that has possibly damaged us. And please allow us to be able to become better people in the future. because of these experiences. Let these experiences make us better human beings and allow us to be able to improve over time, as opposed to giving ourselves excuses to act a fool, because that's not acceptable at all, ever. Thank you, ancestors. Amen. All right, y'all. I'm gonna bow out. That's the end of this video here. I will see you guys in the next video.